Thank you.
Alison Holcomb, A-L-I-S-O-N-H-O-L-C-O-M-B. I'm the Criminal Justice Director for the ACLU of Washington State, was a primary drafter of Initiative 502. Can you hear okay? Okay, I'll go louder. Here we go. Today is an amazing day. As we celebrate this historic moment, I want to share a few thoughts to put these events in broader perspective. In May of 2009, Gil Kurlikowski, then the newly appointed director of the White House's Office of National Drug Control Policy, told the Wall Street Journal that the ONDCP had moved from viewing our nation's drug problem as a criminal justice issue to viewing it as a public health matter. I was one of the local advocates who celebrated the apparent harbinger of a fundamental shift in the administration's approach to drugs, announced by none other than a former police chief of the city of Seattle, home of HempFest and Initiative 75. Unfortunately, contrary to expectation and hope, drug offenses have continued to represent the largest category of arrests in the United States each year. Roughly 50% have been for marijuana, and they have been disproportionately of Black and brown people. Moreover, the impact of the failed U.S. war on drugs continues to be felt abroad. In 2012, the Mexican Competitiveness Institute found that legal sources of marijuana in the United States could cut drug cartel profits by as much as 30%. Reducing the flow of money to hyper-violent criminal organizations by any amount matters. Since 2006, more than 60,000 have died in drug war-related violence in Mexico, and an additional 26,000 are missing. Here in Washington, since 2007, marijuana prohibition has directly contributed to homicides in Everett, Spokane, Puyallup, Orting, Federal Way, and Seattle. Initiative 502, as our city attorney pointed out early in the campaign, is a game changer. Decriminalization, ending the arrests of users, is something that's already been done in several other states and countries. What we're tackling today is the supply side of the equation. We're moving marijuana out of the shadows, regulating it for consumer and community safety, dedicating new tax revenues to keeping kids healthy and keeping them in school. We're finally taking marijuana out of the criminal justice system and treating it as a public health issue. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Washington State voters, for your leadership. I'd also like to thank a few of the people who helped make this day possible, and I'll do so more quickly. Kathleen Taylor and all my amazing colleagues at the ACLU of Washington for more than a decade of vision and perseverance. The Drug Policy Alliance for its significant contributions to the campaign and years of supporting broad range of drug reform work in Seattle and Washington. The National Organization for the Reform of Marijuana Laws and its Powerhouse Washington chapter. Law Enforcement Against Prohibition. Mark and Jody Emery. The Marijuana Policy Project, Vivian McPeak, Patty Seelig, and all of the people that make HempFest possible, Students for Sensible Drug Policy, Richard Lee, Rick Steves, Harriet Bullitt, Bill Clapp, the NAACP and the Tacoma Pierce County Black Collective, El Centro de la Raza, the Asian Pacific Islander Coalition, and so many elected officials, there are too many to list, Dr. Benjamin Danielson and the Children's Alliance, the sponsors of Initiative 502, including Seattle City Attorney Pete Holmes, and the amazing New Approach Washington staff, volunteers, and officers. But most importantly, today I want to thank James Lathrop and his staff. They and other small businesses across this state are undertaking the formidable challenge of creating this new legal marketplace and proving that we can do better than prohibition. I hope we will all support them and honor their hard work and sacrifice. Thank you, James. Thank you, Pete. And thank you, Seattle.
Hi, everyone. I'm Pete Holmes, Seattle City Attorney. First, I want to thank Jeannie Colwell. The senator has been a long-standing warrior in the battle against the war on drugs, and we really owe a debt of gratitude to her. Thank you. Look, it's hot, and I just want to point out, we're all ready for this opening, but 3 years ago, over 3 years ago, I stood with Alison Holcomb at Seattle Central Library as we announced the launch of what would become Initiative 502. And now I'm really and truly honored and pleased to be standing here with her again as we witness the opening of Seattle's first cannabis store. Thank you. So, look, I'm going to stop waxing nostalgic while you're all waiting in line to buy something. It's important that, we recognize we're in short supply. We've only got one store. And there's going to be other bumps in the road as we veer away from the failed war on drugs toward a regulated system. That's what this is all about. But the most important takeaway for everyone here is that today, marijuana sales became legal. And I'm here to personally exercise myself this new freedom. Congratulations, Alison. And congratulations to the voters of Washington. Thank you all.
It is hot. My name is James Lathrop, Jameslathrop, and on this beautiful, sunny, gorgeous Seattle day, July 8th, 2014, I declare this war over. And I think it's time to free the weed. And we have a gigantic pair of scissors to free the weed.
You want to do this? All right.
You guys see? It's all right. I'll get down.
Oh my goodness. I'll hold you.
Dude.
Turn around, guys. Turn around now.